It's 8:03 here, Monday, October the 6th. 63 degrees right now. We're headed up into the 80s later on under sunny skies. Good Monday morning. I'm John Domen.
And I'm John Aaron. The top story we're following, day 6 of the government shutdown. And President Trump's top economic advisor said mass firings of federal workers could begin as soon as today if the president thinks negotiations to reopen the government are going nowhere. But the unions representing government workers have asked a judge to step in to prevent that. WTOP's Neil Augenstein has the details.
The unions filed an emergency request over the weekend. They've asked a federal judge in San Francisco to immediately block any mass layoffs during the shutdown. The unions say the head of OMB didn't have the authority to order agency heads to prepare termination plans. The White House has said that when funding runs out, the government is no longer required by law to carry out programs that aren't consistent with the president's priorities. The unions say the law doesn't allow the White House to order mass firings across the federal government for the administration's own political advantage. Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
Another member of the D.C. Council is tossing her hat in the ring to run for Congress. Ward 2 Councilmember Brooke Pinto made the announcement this morning, releasing a video to supporters.
I fought to keep our police fully funded, but Congress and the White House have slashed our budgets. We've made all this progress with one hand tied behind our back. D.C. is best positioned to keep residents and visitors safe because we know what works here. That's why I'm on Capitol Hill all the time, taking residents' concerns directly to the federal government.
Pinto joins D.C. Councilmember Robert White, who announced his candidacy last month. D.C.'s current member of Congress, Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, is 88 years old, but recently told Axios she intends to seek re-election in 2026.
The Washington Commanders got back in the win column, defeating the Los Angeles Chargers 27-10. Quarterback Jaden Daniels made his return after missing 2 games because of a knee injury. It was also his return home, as he is a California native. WTOP sports anchor Dave Preston says Daniels performed well.
He seemed to move well, and I think the key for him, no turnovers in this game. That was huge. He also piloted that soul-sucking, heartbreaking drive in the fourth quarter where they had the ball for, I think, 6.5 of the final 7.5 minutes and really put the game on ice. And that was one of those drives that you just, when they had the interception at the 1, it's like, okay, there's a chance that they could really, lock this down, and they did. And they don't do that without his leadership, without his playmaking ability.
The Commanders take on the Chicago Bears at home next Monday.
1 out of 2 babies who get RSV have to go to the hospital. WTOP's Mike Murillo reports that troubling statistic is why doctors are warning parents to do what they can to protect their children from that very contagious illness.
When a baby gets RSV, they can have trouble breathing.
A baby can't handle all the phlegm that's being produced by this virus as it hits their lungs.
Dr. Juanita Mora with the American Lung Association says what parents should watch out for.
One is, as this virus travels to the lungs and they start having shortness of breath or wheezing, start using their chest muscles or neck muscles, then they have to go to the emergency department.
Prevention is also key. Moms can get a vaccine while pregnant that protect their baby. Also, there's a treatment for babies between 0 and 8 months old. There's also a recommendation for grandparents.
An RSV vaccine also exists to basically protect those greater than 65 years and over. So we have to protect the whole village.
Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
The National Philharmonic and its founder have parted ways. They did so at the end of the 2023-24 season, and it turns out it was not a mutual agreement. WTOP's Sandy Kozel says now there's a big payout for wrongful termination.
An arbitrator has awarded Peter Gajewski nearly $400,000, finding that reasons listed in his termination letter were lacking in merit. The arbitrator says Gajewski could only be fired by a vote of the National Philharmonic Board, instead of 2 board members who did it, apparently acting on their own. Gajewski says he feels vindicated, but will also be forever heartbroken that his 40-year tenure with the organization ended the way it did. He has such a soft spot for it that he doesn't plan to quickly claim the money he's been awarded, saying he wishes the NatPhil at Strathmore well and knows it's been weathering difficult times. Sandy Kozel, WTOP News.
Coming up on WTOP and Money News.
Are you ready to work out your online shopping muscles? I'm Brendan Hazelton.
But first, we have traffic and weather coming up 30 seconds from now.